I never saw the slap coming, but I felt it in my bones before his hand ever touched my skin. The microphone amplified the crack like thunder inside the packed auditorium. 1 second, I was Alexa Carter, valedictorian, standing under the lights in my navy gown with the gold stole I'd bled 4 years to earn. The next second, my father was on stage, knuckles white around my arm, roaring, "You think this piece of paper makes you better than us?" Then the open-handed blow. The crowd gasped so hard the air itself seemed to vanish. I tasted copper. My mother shrieked from the front row, "She's always been ungrateful," while my brother Tyler filmed it on his phone like it was content for his followers. Security swarmed. Phones flashed. And in that frozen heartbeat, something inside me snapped awake, not broken, awake. They thought they'd ruined my moment. They had no clue they'd just handed me the keys to bury them. My name is Alexa Carter, and I was raised to be invisible. My parents poured everything into Tyler, private coaches, brand new trucks, bail money when he wrecked them, endless second chances. Me? I was the responsible one, which really meant the unpaid housekeeper who funded her own existence. While Tyler partied through community college, I waitress doubles, tutored calculus at 2 a.m., and still graduated summa cum laude with zero help. Not 1 cent. Not one visit when I had appendicitis sophomore year. Not one "I'm proud of you." Graduation morning, I stood alone in my studio apartment ironing the gown I'd rented because buying one felt wasteful. I looped the honor cords around my neck and allowed myself 30 seconds to imagine my parents clapping, my mom tearing up, my dad finally seeing me. Then I laughed, bitter and short, and drove myself to campus. I found them in the parking lot. Mom was fixing Tyler's hair. Dad was complaining about the heat. When I walked up, Mom flicked her eyes over my stole and sneered, "Trying too hard, Lexa?" Dad didn't even say hello. "Don't make a spectacle," he muttered. "We have reputations." I should have known then. Inside the arena, as names were called, I kept glancing at the seats they'd claimed. Tyler was live streaming. Mom was scrolling. Dad stared straight ahead like he was at a funeral for someone he hated. When the dean announced, "Valedictorian, Alexa Carter," polite applause rose, then my mother stood up and screamed, "That's my daughter. She's nobody." Phones whipped toward her. Dad charged the stage. The slap. The roar. The microphone betrayal. Security dragged them out while my mother wailed that I'd framed them. My cheeks swelled purple on camera for the entire world to see. The dean tried to end the ceremony early. I raised my hand. "Let me speak," I said, voice steady, blood dripping from my split lip. "Please." They let me. And I did only 4 sentences, calm, ice cold, into the live mic while the internet exploded. I earned this with scholarships my family never applied for, jobs they never worked, nights they never stayed awake. Every cent of my degree is mine. Every bruise on my face is theirs. Thank you for showing the world exactly who raised me. Then I walked off stage, collected my diploma, and disappeared. That night the video hit 10 million views. Valedictorian slapped by father on stage. Comments poured in, rage, tears, donations to a legal fund strangers started for me. I didn't sleep. I printed every tuition receipt, every scholarship letter, every bank statement proving I'd paid my own way. And then I opened the safe in my closet. 2 years earlier, Dad had waved papers at me. "Sign these, Lex. It's just in case we get sick. You're the reliable one." I'd signed without reading closely, medical and financial power of attorney, revocable only with cause. They never thought their invisible daughter would use it. Next morning, bruised but unbroken, I sat in a law office downtown. The attorney read the documents twice, looked at my face, and whistled low. "You can freeze every account they put in your name for emergencies. Legally. Today." "Do it," I said. By noon, their retirement portfolio, the one they'd bragged about at parties, was locked inside an ironclad trust requiring my signature and mine alone for any withdrawal. I didn't take $1. I just made sure they could never gamble it away on Tyler's next failed business again. I uploaded my own video that afternoon. No tears. No screaming. Just me in my gown, still stained with a little blood, laying every receipt on the table like evidence in court. I ended with the shredding of the old power of attorney pages, each rip slow and deliberate for the camera. Views hit 50 million. Job offers flooded in Silicon Valley, Boston, London. I took the one in San Francisco that tripled my starting salary and came with a signing bonus big enough to pay cash for the condo I'd only ever dreamed of. 2 months later, I was keynoting a conference when my phone buzzed. Mom. A single text, we're outside the venue. We need to talk. Tyler's homeless now. You did this. I walked out the lobby doors. There they stood, smaller, grayer, clutching each other like I was the storm that had wrecked them. Dad tried the old growl. Give us the trust codes, Alexa. Now. I handed them a folder instead. Police reports from the graduation assault, the trust documents, screenshots of Tyler selling the story to tabloids for drug money. You don't get to hit me and then ask for money, I said quietly. You get to live with who you are. I'm done paying for it. I turned and walked away. Security made sure they didn't follow. 6 months later, I lead a research lab that's changing lives. My team calls me Dr. Carter now. I mentor kids who grew up invisible, the same way I did. And on my office wall hangs a single framed photo, the exact frozen moment my father's hand connected with my face. Not for hate. For proof. Proof that the loudest slap in the world can sometimes be the sound of chains breaking. If you've ever had to burn a bridge to save yourself, drop your city in the comments. You're not broken, you're free. Subscribe so we never forget it.